Do killers think the same? What? Pretty good. Nah, do killers think the same? I'm curious.
I would kill them again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god.
Thomas Ogden was a beautiful person, and he was my friend, and what happened was an accident, and I would...
Ex-sniper? Wait, really? Wait, which one?
My name's Forrest, and I accidentally shot and killed my best friend when I was 23 years old.
Oh my fucking
I felt
lord.
like a shattered person most of my life, and there are still shards missing, but I just spent the last 5 years writing a very painful memoir. It gave me an opportunity to visit a lot of past trauma. I feel in a strong space to
known as the
be
Reaper?
a support for others.
Oh, he's like known.
And create positivity in the world.
All my killing has been in the time of war, so I agree with what I've done. Would I do it again? I would, because if I didn't kill that
Are you allowed to have dreads in the army? Is that
individual, they would have killed me or somebody else. I was a
True.
So I'm looking after a platoon of 20, 30 guys, sometimes as small as 6 guys. But I don't strongly agree with it because of the after effects, like what it did to me mentally. You know, I was the first person I killed, I was 18, and I didn't stop until I was almost 25. So I don't regret any of it. I don't have any bad feelings towards those individuals that I did kill. They were just protecting their homeland just as much as I would.
No, you aren't. Okay.
Again, to save my life or somebody else's life.
I work in healthcare.
If you're
What I
known,
do is I
though,
manage,
right?
like,
I mean, it depends. It
some
depends on what it's
on-
for.
On just about everybody, so I come from a very different perspective. I have to do that for babies all the way to people at the end of their lives. I've been doing this for over a dozen years now, so I'm like, okay, I've come to terms with what the job is. So, yeah.
The crime and how it happened, it was not, I didn't go out to kill this person. And now understanding the impact that the crime had, not only on me, but the family of that person. That was a human being that I...
Yeah, I'll kill him. Sorry, I'm just fixing. Okay, wait, Liz, have you ever used Hinged or Tinder or any of that shit? Have you used any of that stuff? Cause we were just okay. Do you know how Hinge has that liked feature, like people who like you? Does it show everybody who's liked you unblurred, or does it all show blurred? Because I remember I was talking to my friends about it, and she was saying, "Oh yeah, I didn't have to pay for anything. Like literally, I'm able to look at all of them." And I believed her, so I thought if you had a female account, you were allowed to just look at everything. And I was like, wait, how does that make sense? What a response? Yeah. What did Shuddy say? Okay, so then Shuddy fully lied to me. Shuddy fully lied to me. You have to accept or decide to say. Okay, so that's what I thought too. Okay, yeah. See, I was so confused. I'm like, because I remember her blatantly showing me, and I'm literally able to just go swipe and see everything. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck? I go back and look at mine, and I'm not able to do that. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on right now? What the fuck is this? Wait, hers are unblurred? Crafting? Dog, what the fuck is happening? What is happening? Why is it?
Is being living still in the absence of this person. It was December the 24th. Christmas.
You can
night.
yeah. See, that's what I thought. That's what I fucking
This
thought.
particular car came up, and the passenger in the car said, "Hey, I want to buy some drugs from you." So I told one of my friends, I'm like, "He's
No, I know, no. But I'm talking about she's able to look through all of them without having to say yes or no to any of them, and they're all unblurred. Like she's able to go to multiple different people instead of having to swipe one and then look at the next, and then swipe one and then look at the next.
Going to be this person that will come through the community and ask for $100 worth of drugs, but he never has the money. And the guy did exactly what I said. He knocked the drugs out of my friend's hand, grabbed his arm.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank
And
you,
my
thank you.
reaction at that time
Okay, wait,
was I
let me look
pulled
it
out
up.
drugs, but he never has the money. Per se, when it was December, children, his family is living still in the absence of this person. It was December the 24th, Christmas Eve night. I remember me and a couple of my friends were hanging out. This particular car came up, and the passenger in the car said, hey, I want to buy some drugs from you. So I told one of my friends, I'm like, he's known to be this person that will come through the community and ask for $100 worth of drugs, but he never has the money. And the guy
That's
did
happened to
exactly
me.
what I said. He knocked the drugs out of my
That
friend's hand.
I have to assume that. I have to assume that. I have to assume that.
And my reaction at that time was I pulled out the gun and I started shooting into the car to get him to release my friend. And days later, we heard that the bullet that I shot into the car actually killed him. To that day, I will never forget December the 24th, when that happened, the day before Christmas.
I would 100% do what I had to do over again because the guy was a serial perpetrator. He was after so many women. If he killed me,
Let's go, Queen.
and after my mom, all my
Oh yeah, let's
family,
don't worry, you're good.
he
I believe you.
every one of us until he literally got what he wanted. I'm Tara Newell. I killed my attacker, Dirty John Meehan, in self-defense.
Hey, go off, shawty.
Interesting how there was one person here who had experienced prison reform, because to me, my attacker would have been in there if I hadn't killed him in self-defense. And it's really interesting to hear about how there are people in there who are able to
like on Hinge. Oh
rehabilitate.
damn! Are you gonna send a right? Are you gonna send a Rosebud yet?
Regretted it. to
He's gonna say I regretted it. I don't know what he said. He's gonna say no. He's gonna say wait. That's the same question. That's literally the same question. It's gonna be the same answers from everybody.
one go.
Oh, that surprises me.
Why do I strongly
Strong, yeah.
disagree?
Yeah.
Like I said, I was a young kid. I was 18. The first guy I killed was with a 50 cal like machine gun. I was expecting it to be like.
I'm finna
the
kill-
movies
wait,
where you
why?
Have this like.
Oh,
feeling
Rose,
of when you
Rose, send
kill
that
someone,
Rose, shawty.
And it wasn't there. I didn't really feel anything. It wasn't until like that night I had this.
I actually saw a famous TikTok on his once. That was crazy.
The guy who I shot became a ceiling fan in my room. His arms and legs were the blades. His head was the center of the fan. And I watched him spin faster and faster until he tore apart and covered me in what he used to be, what was left of him. But no, I didn't feel anything. There was nothing like to feel. I knew that was the beginning of something that I was probably going to have to do for a while. No attachment at the time.
I can agree with you on that. I mean, identify with that because
Wait,
my
wait,
first
what?
couple years inside of prison, I detached from it completely. When people would
Wait.
mention his name, I would don't see him as a human being. And that was very insensitive when I look back at it now, right? But I look and say that was a way of me coping with the situation at that time.
I did immediately regret it in a sense where I called my mom and I apologized to her and I said, I'm so sorry, I think I killed your husband.
Wait. She didn't say that before. She killed her father-in-law? Wait, she called her mother saying I killed your husband or my husband? Wait.
To her and I said, I'm immediately regret it in a sense where I called my mom and I apologized to her and I said, I'm so sorry, I think I killed your husband.
Oh no. Let's not get it twisted, Liz. Let's not get it twisted, Liz. Homie 100% deserved it. But that's crazy, bro.
So there was that, but then there was also the sense of like, oh my gosh, I don't have to keep looking over my shoulders anymore.
Facts.
I don't have to live in this fear that he's.
Yo, his mom's husband. That's crazy. Look, your little fucking father-in-law.
Sometimes.
Or not
families
father-in-law,
make
your
a
father. What the
decision,
fuck?
and that decision
What did I say, father-in-law? It could be a stepfather.
Been called every name in the book as I'm walking.
Or no, that's not the same thing. Stepfather. What am I saying?
Really,
I'm talking
I
different
just
right
have
now.
to go do this now, But it doesn't feel good, or like I'm not necessarily agreeing with it. So I'm like, I disagree. Yeah.
The level of heartbreak that I felt immediately after that gunshot was indescribable, and I don't know if any of you have saw Red before, but I actually saw Red. And it was the most horrific thing I've ever seen.
Oh, you can tell that shit affected him heavily too.
Felt in my life. I got charged.
This is the most sane person. Chill out, bro. Chill out.
Doing 35 to life here in California. I couldn't even process that. There was just so much a combination of horror and grief immediately.
I am desensitized to death. 3, 2,
Oh, she's laughing.
go.
Oh no, she's psychotic.
Somewhat agree. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
I do a lot of volunteer work, and the amount of people who are dying from drug overdoses and suicides right now in the arena of trauma, it's becoming difficult for me to feel anything anymore with the amount of people that we're losing that we don't have to.
For me, it was almost like playing God, you know? I determined
Damn.
in place.
Ooh, ooh, nah, that's a hard fucking line. This motherfucker, are you desensitized by death? Nah, I'm not. Because in my situation, you're pretty much playing God. Ugh. Nah, don't fucking play with me, cuzzo. Don't fucking
When it
play
took,
with me,
that
cuzzo.
person off this planet, and it put things into
Ugh.
perspective for me too, that I could be going at any certain time. Like when you have to pull it, you know, you don't know when that card is going to be pulled. So I've learned to value it more and know that it's
Oh, 100%.
fragile, very frail, and to not feel anything towards killing someone would probably be more devastating to me than actually taking the life. It's not feeling.
Hold on.
No, you literally are playing God. You are literally playing God.
I just want to be very clear that being desensitized in no way means that I don't value life.
Oh, yeah.
It's just difficult to
Manage the
feel the mourning over and
more
over again.
over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I agree with you. Like there will be certain stories that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. But if someone just tells me like, oh, that person died of a heart attack, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like it just like there's no traumatic incident.
I mean, I feel like if she was to look at like let's say like a cousin or some shit, and one of her cousins got of a heart attack, then she gonna think about it in a traumatizing sense. But like I kind of get in the sense of like if such and such random person died, you'd be like, oh fuck, that's terrible. But like, what can you really do about it? Every time I hear, I get so upset. Oh man, it's so it's almost like okay. The way I look at it is like, what right do I have to be like to almost like cry about like a random person's death? You know what I mean? Like it's like unless like that person had like sentimental value to me, like I don't know. It's just I barely cry when I found out one of my friends killed himself. I cry later. Fair, yeah. I even when random people die, I cry. Yeah, see when random people for me, to me it's kind of like the level of grief should be saved for their family, not me. Cause like when you're crying, you like it's almost like an invitation of like somebody should come and try to like soothe you. I don't know the right word for this. Try to like help you. But like that's where I'm like I can't sit there doing that. You know what I mean? But not the first one I found is. Oh, you found it too? Even though it's more like it's oh yeah, like it's definitely sad, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like crying over like a random person dying is just like unless that person has sentimental value, like for example. But like I don't know, it's tough. And I tear up. No, I mean fair enough. But like I don't know. Since it's not something like close to me, it just doesn't hit for me. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't hit for me.
So I'm like, my brain just disassociates, and it's like, okay, oh, they died naturally. So
And from where I come from,
Nice.
I get to know a lot of these people. If I don't get to know them, I get to know their family members like very intimately. It's not immediate, like, oh, they're coming in and they're gonna go. No, it's like weeks, months. I've had somebody like their 5-year-old son, and he was in the room, and I'm like, I gotta take your mom away now. And it's like, after that, I'm like, oh my God, I'll go call my mom or I'll go call my dad. It's like, it's
You're
really,
shocked. That makes sense. That
I
makes sense. That
feel,
makes sense.
like
That
you
makes
said,
sense.
like a sense of maximization of like, I don't know when my number is gonna be called. Because even if I'm working in the emergency room, we've worked on somebody for 2 hours and they're like, we really can't do anything anymore. And I'm like, just
Wait, what did he do though?
I remember this one patient. It was very much like
A therapist?
nobody was there. They just found him on the street. He didn't even have a wallet. He was clinically dead, brain-wise, so we couldn't really do anything anymore. Me, the nurse, and the doctor just stayed in that room until his heart rate left, because we didn't want to see him leave by himself. That was one of the most what's it called?
I'm gonna say this right now. If I ever get into a situation where I'm pretty much a vegetable and I'm pretty much mentally dead and my body's still going, just kill me.
Sobering moments too. It's like
I
as
don't
it was
care.
nice for us
Just
to
kill
do
me
that,
at that point. Like
I just don't
fuck.
want strangers around.
Don't waste my fucking time, bro. Let me go dap up
Me
God
as
real
a
quick.
teenager, selling drugs, just hanging in the streets, just living a lifestyle that I didn't care if I killed someone. I was very desensitized. I didn't care.
Saying nah, literally.
And this is was part of my own personal development.
Cold for 5 years? Okay, but is there a chance that she comes back, or is
That's
it
why I
is
did
it done
this
from there? Is
hospice
it
training
done?
inside of one of the prisons? By listening to these individuals tell their story and the regrets that they were living with in their process of transitioning, it gave me a sense of
Oh, really?
life now, and it shifted my mind.
Yeah, nah. If
a
like
teenager who was very callous.
if it's a point where I'm a vegetable, I just kill me.
I'm taking care of people. They're being on life support.
Since the
They'll
crash
be on
happened?
for like a very long time. Till
Take
one
me
specific
out.
person Sometimes just visit.
Let me meet God, please. Like, just,
And then I'm like,
please,
I can't
bro.
explain that. I could take them off, and their heart rate will keep going and going and going.
One of the guys I was working with in the prison, he wanted to see his sister. So this dude held on until like his sister walked into the room, and he was like not consciously, but like she spoke to him and she started like talking to him, and you started seeing him move, and then soon as she was like, I'm leaving, and like within minutes this guy like transitioned.
yeah, with my situation, I made him brain dead, and so he was in the hospital. And then when they pulled the plug on him, my mom literally had to tell him it's okay to go now, and then he left.
Some weird things about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're more than just our brain, right?
Yeah.
We're spirits living in flesh, man. That's all.
I am also a victim. 3, 2, 1, go.
Zeb, 100% fair, honestly. 100% fair.
I feel weird,
I'm also a victim.
We're not trying to single you out. Right?
but I feel like I
I
have
mean,
to
no,
be over here
you are a
because
victim.
the guy came after me. I was in a parking garage. I was just trying to go to the Jason Aldean concert that night. He started attacking me, stabbing me, and I fought back and I won. So
I feel like the girl is the only one allowed to go there, to be honest. I mean, the army dude, he could have been in situations where he was the victim, but was able to get out. So I wouldn't say is the only one. That's a little unfair, I'm not gonna lie. No, fair enough. But like, this dude, he was trying to help out the victim.
I didn't ask for any of that. I honestly hated the guy, and I
What was
wished
it?
he would be dead, but I
Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. Good for him for not putting himself in the victim thing. I ain't gonna lie, that's strong as fuck for him. I ain't gonna lie. He doesn't count. He accidentally killed somebody. Yeah, he's no. If it was like a they were in a car crash and like he was saved but his friend wasn't and he like thinks he's the reason. Or no, let's say he was driving, got into an accident, but he was saved and the other one wasn't. Then okay, yeah, you could say that. And then him, yeah, he don't count. Speaking of guys not being injured, yeah, exactly. Like he's mile off popping head. No, exactly. That's like if he was getting attacked, got out of it, then I guess. But like, so this dude just takes people off life support pretty much. Is what I'm hearing.
I never wanted to unalive or take someone's life.
My first couple years in prison, I saw myself as the victim, right? And that was, again, a way of me coping.
Okay. So yeah, you really are not the
personal
victim.
work, I realized that I was not a
But you're not. Okay, but that's crazy to consider him a killer. A killer is crazy to me. I'm just saying. A killer is crazy to me.
victim, that I still made a choice in the crime that I committed, right? But I just wanted to share that. Like I wanted to run over there, but I'm in this place of healing and reconciliation, and I had to like move away from the victimization.
I don't know how I feel about that, respectfully.
The decision that I actually pulled the trigger, committed the crime, unfortunately, someone died, and I have to take that on because that's part of my own personal growth and development. I remember on a Friday night, 3 years into my incarceration, I remember laying in my bed watching this show called Dateline, and for the first time, I heard a mother really expressing her loss for the loss of her loved one, and was that moment in my life where I connected with that. I'm like, yo, I did the same thing. And I went into a fetus position and I started praying. And all I kept hearing hearing this voice saying, I have forgiven you. You have to ask Gary, the guy that you killed, to forgive you. And in that process, this is where I began. I remember saying, Gary, would you forgive me? And I literally felt like in that moment, he forgave me, and I heard it. And it's almost like a weight was lifted off of me, and that's when I began this cleansing, this process of healing and moving forward and finding a purpose and finding my voice and all of that particular night inside of that prison when I surrendered to it.
No, I don't feel like I'm a victim for anything. Like, I chose that path. Started off wanting to be a Navy SEAL when I was like in elementary school. My mom helped me make my first ghillie suit when I was in the 6th grade. Wow. Like, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I knew it came with that, which was more than likely having to kill someone, especially in the time of war.
Yeah, I'm not a victim, but the only thing I would say is like they don't really prepare us into doing the job that we do. They do the day-to-day thing. Oh, this is what you do, this is what you try, and all that stuff. And then now you're like, oh, by the way, the doctor wrote the order. Go take him off.
I got you.
Now I gotta walk in, or like if it's a baby, they're still holding them in their hands and stuff, and like go take them off. And so I never really thought about it. Like nobody's like talked to me or anything. Like, by the way,
this has to be like one of the most depressing jobs.
After you clock out and everything like that.
Yeah, we didn't have a handbook on that either. Like, yeah, they teach you how to kill, but there's no
how to process
it.
I have profited from the murder.
Oh, who could technically say yes to this? Okay, the girl, you could say yes because now she doesn't have to like sit in fear anymore. So you can consider that a profit. The Navy SEAL, you could say yes because he profited by money wise, in the sense of he got money, like he got paid to be able to do this, as well as he profited to the chance of protecting his country. The doctor, he's literally getting paid for it, so I mean technically yes. The white bald dude, no, and the black dude, no. Is a career, exactly, because she doesn't have to have fear. The girl and the military guy. Okay, see, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying too, in the sense of like, I would also say the doctor because it's technically a career. He's probably gonna say no, but like, if we're looking at it in the most like logistic sense, all three of them can say no, but the two in the back can't say yes. There's literally no way to say yes. Unless they say some shit like, oh, I found like a new light within myself. I feel like I know myself better than ever. Da 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 da. But that shit don't fucking count.
3, 2, 1, go.
I feel like it would make the most sense for her to say somewhat agree from what she said before, like from like what she's put before.
That word's kind of
strong, yeah.
Yeah. Blood money.
I mean, is my nigga wrong? Is he wrong? Like, he's not. My nigga stone cold murder. Like he's not wrong. The fuck you getting so? Sorry, my bad. I was actually about to get heated.
Why don't you like that word? I don't like it
All right,
either.
I don't think it applies universally,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Homicide is a universal term. As far as profiting from any part of my story, no.
Oh, he's talking about profiting. I thought he said stone cold murder. I thought that's what he bothered. Okay.
4 years, 5 years struggling to write and publish a book, and I spent about 80 G's on it and made about 4,000. And that's not why I did it. I did it because I want to help people, but I
Is
don't
that how
think
much it costs? Fucking
it's very
publish a book?
common
Holy
for
fuck.
people to profit off of recovery.
I was also somewhat right.
Well, maybe it is. I don't know.
Oh, is it profited? Oh, okay.
My attacker, my show got made into a podcast called Dirty John, and then it got made into a documentary, a TV show on Bravo, and now on Netflix. And so I felt like
Wait, what's it called?
Bravo, and it got made into a documentary, a TV show. We'll go over here then. My attacker, my show got made into a podcast called Dirty John, and then it got made into a documentary, a TV show on Bravo, and now on Netflix. And so I felt like I've been exploited in a sense because I did not make anything off of the podcast. Although people think I profited off my story, I did not.
But also, and you get paid to take his life.
No, not at all.
Okay, so if you profited off of if I profit off of anything, it's my hard work afterwards.
Yeah.
It's my hard work to share and be of service. So, no, you didn't. People hate profit sometimes. They just hate you just because you made money.
Yeah.
For me, as a speaker and a trainer, I struggle with that.
I want him to re-explain that really quick. I want to rehear this.
Okay, so if you profited off of if I profit off of anything, it's my hard work afterwards.
Yeah.
It's my hard work to share and be of service. So, no, you didn't. People hate profit sometimes. They just hate you just because you made money.
Yeah.
For me, as a speaker and a
Okay, but like quite literally, he profited and he profited. Profited is okay. Does profited consider mainly just money, or can you be like profiting like mentally? You can profit mentally, right? You can profit mentally, right? He sounds stupid. Like I don't know. I just don't agree with how he's saying it. To be honest, like, am I wrong, or can you profit mentally? I feel like you could. I feel like you can. She didn't make any. Oh, so she's saying profited in a money sense, but yeah, I guess very conscious of the word. Yeah, see, they should have been more specific, because once again, he would have profited, and she could have profited in the sense of like in a mental aspect. You know what I mean? It was good, Shadow.
I struggled with that for a long time, right? You know, I committed this crime, and yes, I did all of the work that I've done to become the man that I am today. But then I don't sleep at night, right, knowing that I've made this bag of money or whatever. Any money I get, I want to be able to live comfortable. It's not about getting something in luxury. How could I help some young person? So we do the nonprofit work. But my 5-year goal now, or 10-year goal, is whatever profit I make.
Damn,
is
big ass
to create a
paragraph.
foundation and
What, for me?
Going back to that promise I made to him almost 30 years ago inside of a prison cell.
It initially started as me writing a journal. My dad suggested I did that. I was going through a hard time, self-medicating and
I swear.
contemplating some bad decisions.
Oh, right.
Started
Oh,
off
okay,
as that, and it got picked up.
I swear all military people sound the same.
Company, and it went on to become essentially like an autobiography of that time in. After accomplishing that, I went on to what I do currently, which is write, novels and stuff like that. Not based on my life, because I did feel a certain way about it, of profiting from killing, I get what you're saying too. All the work that you put in thereafter, that's on you, but I also see it as, well, I killed all these guys and I wrote a book about it and profited from it.
Were you an E4 or E5?
E5, yeah.
That's all the money you made off it.
Right?
Once again, complex.
Why is he talking shit, first of all?
If somebody has money, they must be doing something for profit.
Yeah.
And I think where an answer is, Do we follow purpose or do we follow the money? It's gonna go away when I die. It's not gonna
Yeah.
matter.
Often,
What's gonna matter when I die is what I did. Am I
Exactly.
proud of myself for
Yeah.
the things that I did?
I often see money more of like as an amplifier for what
Okay, but we're talking about profiting. He was like, yeah, people hate you because they think you made money when you did it. Saying the thing she said did, saying the thing she did to make herself better was her profit. Okay, so there's still profit in the end of it. So what is this guy talking about? We're talking about profit in every aspect.
do, what reach they can do.
If we're talking about just the straight up the word profit, we have to be thinking about it in every single aspect. So technically, yes, she could have
Impact on
profited
them,
off
like,
it.
knowing like when I
So
go
what is
speak to
homie
young
talking
people
about?
today
Why is his instant thought go to money? Why are you thinking about just money? Could money be a factor of profiting? Yes, of course. Could have been a profit of making money in the future of things that they could do off of what they did? Okay, yes, that's still fucking profiting. If it's profiting in the sense of what's it called? Her improving mentally, in a sense, she still profited off it. Like what's he on about?
balancing about my story. The only way they can get out of it.
I also feel like I also feel like a dickhead talking about this. I'm talking about this like I know this better than them, which is crazy, by the way. I think they're just in dire contest on monetary value. Yeah, but then they should have specified
Right,
honestly.
that can create a safe space for them to go after school. So I have to make some money to be able to do that. You know what I mean? But I don't want to make a bunch of money and I'm living here and then I walk into the community and say, hey, young kids, put the gun
Wait, did the
down,
girl
please,
say she
take
did
those
jail time?
guns, And then I drive away in this nice car and forget about them, right?
That's
So
on-
that's
yeah,
where
that's
I'm
on the
at.
channel, that's on the channel then.
Purpose for me is about how do I make impact in the lives of the people that I serve.
Taking a life was part of God's plan for me.
Who do I think is gonna say that? I feel like the military dude and the oh shit, that's a crazy question. I genuinely feel like the military guy and the guy in the back might say that. I'd say yes. That's a crazy question.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
I'm unclear with that one. That's why I'm like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be who I am today to be able to have the experience that I've had and become who I've become without taking a life. I learned my lesson after all the killing. You know, the last deployment dropped over 30 guys, 33 people, and who knows how many before that. But what I had to get through and overcome to stand here today far exceeded anything I've done in the military.
Nice
Being
dress.
emotionally somewhat strong, and yeah, what I've had to overcome. There's been a lot of dark nights where didn't think I was gonna be here, you know?
Why I'm like this?
Yeah, I know what you mean though, yeah.
I don't want it to be perceived to be insensitive about the victim.
Yeah.
Right? But I know on this part of me, I look at my friends who I grew up with at 19 years old. And I did 22
I'm not gonna. I
years
didn't think the blonde girl was
with
gonna be the one to
same-
go. I'm not gonna lie to
same
you. I
spot
didn't think
under
that.
the same tree we sold drugs at. But then if I, over here, I think about the Gold Dinger's family. Because, you know, their son is like, oh, God destined my son, my brother or my son to die. You know what I mean? So
But if you believe in
Ooh.
God, then that would be, he already knew that before you
I
were
get
born,
that part.
you
I
know?
mean, I'm a spiritual man,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But I'm
same.
just like, I don't want it to, it's just, that's my dilemma when it
If
comes
there's
to
a
feel you.
God, I don't think that he's letting some kid be blown apart in Iraq because he's busy helping me look for a parking space. Right? I don't think that the realm of the spirit is as concerned with human affairs. I think that the sun rises and sets for a reason. It rockets through space at 40,000 miles an hour with a bunch of rocks around
Those are
it
cool
for a
tattoos.
reason, and animals have instinct for a reason, and I think human beings,
Free
it's a
will.
little
Free
different.
will.
Free
And I
will.
think
Yeah.
things just happen sometimes. There doesn't have to be meaning or a plan.
But then it's hard for a person who lost a loved one to wrap that. For me, my homicide is completely different than most of you in this room. Is someone died by me pulling this trigger, and I can't say it was in God's plan.
I pulled the trigger too. And
Yeah.
I thought the gun was empty.
Mm.
And I still can't wrap my head around a stupid decision like that. Even though that it malfunctioned and acted unloaded, had I done all the right things, the 4 safety rules, it never would have happened. And I was nervous coming here because I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. And I had no intent at all. There's no way I would have as soon put it to my head or at the floor or whatever. And I can't remember ever doing that before or after. And
See, I know I really can't compare this, but like I even have paintball guns, and I don't even play with like, even like it doesn't have the gas in it. I know damn well it's empty. Even then, I still don't play around with fucking aiming it at people. That shit is
a mistake.
I think for me, it was part of my dharma. I'm a little bit more spiritual, so
What's a
I
dharma?
think it was my life's purpose, to be honest. Because of what I do today, whenever I speak, I always have people contact me and say that they left an abusive relationship or what I shared helped them get out of their attack.
Sharing your story helps other people, and
Yeah.
you feel that. Yeah.
I call it transparency transports people.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like really honest about who I am, because there's someone else, not just in a physical prison, but an emotional, mental prison. And by hearing your story, hearing all of our stories, it helps transport them to another space of showing that I can't escape this particular prison.
After having this discussion, Lester, choose a side.
damn.
Really?
Yo, does that homie sit
I'm
between?
gonna say
He gave a phenomenal answer. Let homie stay in the middle.
I don't think it's fair to make you choose a side.
Facts. Thanks,
You
Queen.
believe what you
Thank you.
believe.
I'm gonna stand just a little bit over here. Please. Like, respectful.
I really like what you did, man, because we move in seconds and inches.
Yeah.
We measure progress in like
Yeah, I'm
miles
right
and
here.
years, you know?
Yo, fuck the directors, respectfully.
That was kind of a lot.
I know this part about to piss me off.
This episode was just sort of intense, and I think I need a little time to debrief now.
Life's got you down bad, huh?
Yeah, just a little, you know, sometimes I need a big hug or some reassurance that everything will be okay in the world, you know?
Here, try the Skylight app.
Yeah. So let's bring on a bunch of people who killed people and psychological issues because of what they had to do and the fact that they had to live their life knowing that they murdered somebody. Damn, this episode has me feeling down. Huh. I need a moment to myself. Here, use the Skylight app. Nigga, suck my fucking cock, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey man, if you killed someone, use the Skylight app. Are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Yo. Nah, that's crazy. Oh no, that's beyond madness. That's like exponential fucking madness, bro. That's insanity to me, bro. Nah,
Maybe
fuck
you can
that.
help you
Fuck
be a
that.
fit.
Get off my
I'm here
fucking
whenever.
screen, bro.
Are enough resources
There are enough resources for me to heal.
for me to heal. 3, 2, 1, go.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like if I was in like a really fucked up situation like this, I feel like the only thing that would actually like help me heal is family. I don't care for therapy personally. I'm not gonna say I don't believe in therapy because everybody's different. But for myself, I don't think therapy ever really helped me. But I know damn well when it comes to like me myself, only thing that I know will help me will heal me will be my significant other, some of my friends, and my family. That's literally it. I mean technically they would be resources, right? So I gotta say like I don't know, but I've also never murdered somebody, so I can't really compare myself. So I don't really know. You never kill someone in Minecraft, obvi, then download Skylight? Not personally, I just haven't. Personally, I just haven't. Never know me other, but I'll never like shoot it down. I'll always be like, yo, because I know some people for some reason talking to a random person changed their whole life. I don't know it. I mean, personally, I don't get it. Personally, I don't understand. Personally, I don't understand. Exactly, yeah.
When I was in the military, it was like looked down upon to go seek mental help or anything. Dude, you'd get kicked off the team, in a heartbeat. I don't want a guy who's soft watching my back, or what I perceived at the time.
Damn.
Yeah. After each
Damn, I never really thought about that.
our
It makes
campus
sense
was
though.
Like a 18-wheeler truck full of kegs of beer and more beer. And 12 hours ago, I just took a life. 21 years old.
So
was
shrinking.
tripping
No, I
out,
haven't.
kinda Drinking, till my eyes pop out to cope. We would talk to like a psychiatrist, but we were encouraged
Who
to
lost his wife? Oh
write
fuck.
down, I didn't have this emotion, I didn't see this, so we could get home early to see our family. But 2 or 3 years ago, I decided to actually
Yo, respectfully, if I was in the military, I'm not getting into a relationship before then. I don't care.
to talk to someone and figure
I don't
out
give a
why
fuck.
I was the way I was, because I wanted to change. I didn't like being everywhere I went, I'm looking at everyone and it's gonna sound so bad, but I was polite to everybody who I met, but I always in the back of my mind had a plan to kill them.
This tattoo
just in
say
case
sniper?
The situation
Did it?
presented itself. If something went south, I've already mapped out and planned for 3 different scenarios how I would kill this person. And I was comfortable.
Yo, I'm just saying. Hey man, this might be one of the hardest motherfuckers in existence. If his trigger finger is his right hand, and he's laying there, and he just has his shit, pulls the trigger, looks to his right, sniper. He might be one of the hardest motherfuckers in existence. If you joined the military and came back and she was pregnant, the military probably brings a lot of the thought of like a suicide prior. Imagine coming back to your wife, finding out your wife cheated on you and then got pregnant with somebody else. Yeah, that's the last straw for me. I'm taking my life. I don't care. In Minecraft. Did you hear what he said? He said that he needed to get help because he was looking at everyone and could envision how he could kill them. Wait, but isn't he talking? Wait.
Figure out why I was the way I was, because I wanted to change. I didn't like being everywhere I went, I'm looking at everyone and it's gonna sound so bad, but I was polite to everybody who I met, but I always in the back of my mind had a plan to kill them, just in case the situation
Why'd she laugh at that? No, like I fully understand, but I just want to know why Shawty laughed at that. I think she's amazed.
presented itself. If something went
Maybe.
south, I've already mapped out and planned for 3 different scenarios how I would kill this person. And I was comfortable being in that state of mind because it kept that protection, that wall up. But
Oh my god.
it gets tiring after a while to always be that way. You know?
For me, I look at this, right? I want to run over here to the strongly disagree. It's almost because of the length of your sentence, and like I was serving life, I didn't become eligible for most of the classes in prison until I came down to my last 3 years in prison, right? Now I have to run back over here to strongly agree. After being a person who's been released from prison, I've learned these different things.
In the
that
military,
now
yeah.
with all of the stuff that comes with me.
Yo, imagine being so locked into the military that when you're outside of it, you still like have an idea of how you want to like kill a person you meet in Minecraft. Like that's
living
crazy.
inside of a prison, not only being a person who took someone's life, but seeing other individuals get killed inside of the prison. Right, you see people get stabbed in prison over some of the simplest things.
True.
No one would come and talk to you about, like, was that triggering for you? How did you
True.
saw this person blood spill out over the concrete? Nothing, right? This is why I challenge the
Can have a
prison
reaction
system,
to it.
anyone who works in that prison environment, to create more mental health services for those in prison, because yes, that person may have committed a violent crime, but we don't know their story.
I'm like that with the military, man.
Yeah.
There's not enough, in my opinion.
The
It's
VA
not encouraged.
That's
enough.
yeah, it is.
VA
It's called
helped
literally
me
called
somewhat.
PTSD.
Not to say the VA didn't help, but when I was suicidal, I didn't call the VA helpline because I didn't want to sit here and fill out a strongly agree and disagree form and wait in a waiting room. And I called another brother, and he sent me to a program called Save a Warrior, and I experienced something, it might sound weird, called initiation there. The participant faces their own death, and they receive a transitional object. And something about that changed my psyche, and something clicked. And we did stuff like the ceremony for the dead there, where we write the names of the people we've lost and the people we've killed, and we get to cry, like feel the process and become human again, because war can break us, and prison can break us and make us incomplete and not.
Wait, did he say it was in the military?
When we use different modalities to place that humanity back together, then we can have community, right? And community is the antidote to a lot of human suffering.
Oh, okay.
Also a program for vets and first responders called Sparta, Suicide Prevention and Resilience Training Anonymous. We meet once a week. And I used to
Damn,
think
that's a
there
hard
wasn't
name
enough
too. Holy
resources.
fuck.
The more I get involved, it's not that the help isn't needed, it's that there's abundant ability to create resources, right? And once we break that, we start to be the creator of it. We create.
Is
this
he deaf?
moment.
I think so. I think he has a
it's
hearing
like-
aid. Yeah, he
like
does.
the-
Yeah, he does have a hearing aid in there. Yeah.
That was long.
But I don't know if it's both of these. I think it's just one
Well,
of
I
them.
have to apologize for like chuckling when you said that part, because I was like, oh wait, I have a plan to kill people too, unfortunately. And then I used humor as my trauma response sometimes. So
Okay, fair
I
enough, fair enough,
strongly
fair enough, fair
agree
enough.
that I have the resources and the tools I need, because I'm gonna forever be on my healing journey, and I'm always gonna look for them and find them.
No. I saw it from the beginning. I just didn't fully
Talk
know.
therapy, I don't think is very beneficial to a lot of people. I think that a lot of therapists need to learn about the nervous system.
True.
Because a lot of what we went through, we had to use our fight response.
True.
So I had to learn how to calm my nervous system to get to homeostasis, to the baseline.
Like as a person of color, it's like growing up, like as an immigrant, it's more like it is what it is. When you like things happen to you, it's like you don't really like, oh yeah, go see your therapist or anything like that. Especially working through the pandemic, I have never seen like that much death. In my whole life, and I've been doing this for, at the time, like 10 years. And this was before the vaccine, and I'm like, I don't see the end of this tunnel yet. For me to quit the job.
There's gonna be so many vaccine things in the comments now. I'm fucking feeling
For me
it.
to continue this job, meaning.
First of all, the vaccines are what
that was
was
the
killing
first
people.
time
I'm telling you right
I
now.
really
Telling you right now.
don't
Telling you right
know
now.
what to do right here. And that's the first time I'm like, wait, there's this thing called therapist. Maybe I should go talk to one. I wish it was more readily available and accepted at the same time, because none of my friends go and see their therapist, and I can completely tell them, like, you wouldn't have certain amount of issues if you just kind of worked on yourself in a different way. Or maybe not therapist, but like a different way, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
like
spiritual
coaching
healer.
or
Right,
Exactly.
right here too. Again, I want to run over here. Right, went in prison at 19, walked out. I was 41, into a completely different world.
Damn.
So now, like my organization, Path to Redemption, is that I want to provide that service. Like, how do you cope with when you walk into a grocery store after 20 years and you walk in the self-serving line, you got to swipe that card and you don't know how, or you walk through a line and it beeps, right? And you thinking that is going to be tackled by the police because they think you're stealing something, right? And this is why, like you and I, individuals can create that.
You're gonna be made.
All right, so there is not by any means enough space to talk about, like, I was a foster kid, right? So I got raised in
So everything's different.
poverty,
Yeah, I don't think it ever
and
did.
negative relationships. So what did I do when I grew up? I created poverty and I created negative relationships, right? And that type of a wound, it's such a cultural taboo that there's not a space to talk about that and the impacts, and then what do we do and where do we go from there? So
So come on back over here. You got me feeling kind of. I was saying I wanted to do it, right? But I think that's important, man.
and everybody in this circle is a wounded healer and also a servant leader, right? So when we see a gap in something that's needed, it's not just us. So that's where a tremendous opportunity is to create and be of service to other people like that.
I do feel like this dude is without a doubt the most spiritually like connected to
It was dope talking to y'all, like learning the different angles of, because I was kind of like skirmish about that title Killer, but listening to all of the different facets and challenges of it, you know, I really appreciate it. For me, I go back to South Carolina and go back into the Department of Juvenile Justice and work with these young people. This is what I want to take back, right? Like this, I want to take that.
Same boat, man. A lot of preconceived notions we have about people. I might look at you a certain way, you, and never would have had a clue that there's a commonality or something we can all relate on and learn from.
It's not every day you get to meet someone that's taken a life, or, you know, and for me, it's made me feel alone at times.
True.
And not be able to be understood by people because of the emotions and stuff that we have to go through.
Nah, that's a crazy video.
I'm gonna send it to everybody.
All right, appreciate it.
That's a crazy video, man. Holy shit.